My name is Jeanne Rankin. I'm an assistant strength and conditioning coach here at the University of Kentucky. I'm originally from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I spent 2 years playing college soccer at the University of Colorado, transferred to Oklahoma State to finish out my career, got a bachelor's of university studies there, and then finished up my master's at Oklahoma State as well. I also have as far as certifications, have CSCS, SCCC, and then an advanced Olympic lifting certification. The other schools that I've worked at are University of Arkansas from 08 to 09, University of Missouri at Kansas City from 09 to 2013, and I've been at the University of Kentucky since 2013. My favorite UK sports memory so far, and I hope to have more, is Danielle Gallier winning the national championship in 2016 in the 200 backstroke. I was watching it on TV, and you could just tell off the last wall that she was going to win it. And I've told her and I've told recruits that I just started shaking and crying, and every emotion that came over me. But it was really, really, really cool to watch, just because you know how much work she'd put in. What I like most about UK, and it's not necessarily unique to the University of Kentucky, is just working with my athletes. That's what I come in for every single day. So. Favorite lift is hang squat clean. I think it's best of both worlds. You get an Olympic lift, but you also get a squat out of the bottom. So it's kind of everything put into one. The first one is desire to develop your athletes. I think that's what you've got to come into work for every single day. Second one is thirst for knowledge and just wanting to always continue to learn. And then the third one is just kind of a blue collar mentality is, you can't let the grind get to you. You've got to get stronger from that. One lifting memory I'll never forget is spring of 2017, a bunch of my swim seniors hitting PRs in the weight room, and it was right before their big taper meets, whether it be SECs or NCAAs. So, sometimes you get a little bit stale on your lifts and you might not be hitting PRs, but to see those kids and all the work they've put in for 4 years and they're hitting a big number right before they start to taper is really, really cool, because then they go in knowing they're at their strongest. I always knew that I wanted to work in college athletics, but it wasn't until my sophomore year when I was at University of Colorado. I had a really good strength coach, and she's still a mentor and a good friend, Sarah Ramey. I was redshirting that year in soccer, and so I was in the weight room a little bit more. And just working with her and seeing the passion that she had and how much she enjoyed being a strength coach let me know that I wanted to be a strength coach and not anything else within athletics. The only thing I can think of other than being a strength coach would be a teacher, just because I feel like it's pretty similar. So it's hard to imagine myself being anything other than a strength coach, but I think I'd go into teaching. Probably my biggest role model in my life was Mary, my old babysitter. She really taught me to be confident, taught me to respect people, taught me to be very open-minded, and probably the most important thing is taught me that my opinion isn't always the right opinion. It's just that, and it's an opinion, and everybody's got a different one, and so kind of coming to a compromise or just understanding where other people come from. Best part of my job is just having an effect on young people and building relationships, because those relationships are basically why they get better and why they develop. It's not really the program that you write. Obviously, that's really important, but if they're bought into what you're doing, they'll run through a wall for you. So really just kind of establishing those relationships.
What's the worst part about your job?
Worst part about my job is just being so far away from my own family. They're, at least right now, all in Oklahoma, so not getting to see them as often as I'd like necessarily, but still well worth it being up here and just seeing where we can fit in family time. Best advice I could give would be to just understand that it's not about you. It's about making kids better and establishing relationships. And if you realize that it's not about you and you give everything you can to your athletes, you'll end up being very happy in the end.
Great. Okay,
I'm not ready for these.
3 surprise questions. Are you ready?
Yep.
Who's your favorite, Doobie or Delilah?
Ooh.
Pick one.
Delilah's my favorite. Feel terrible saying that.
That's okay. We agree. Who is your, how did you get your Twitter handle, Ginger Guns?
Got my Twitter handle. I didn't really want to get Twitter, but at my last school at UMKC, the athletic trainers really wanted me to. So we were hanging out one night, And I said, I'll get Twitter, but you guys have to make the account. Like, you've got to make everything. And so they just sat around and decided that should be my Twitter handle name is Ginger Guns.
What is your favorite form of cardio?
Favorite form of cardio is running.
Cool. Gotcha.
Those were easy.
Yeah,
That was
mine were too.
way easier.